You know, we live in days that are so hypercritical of everybody. Well, they should do this. They should have done that better. I just love Teddy Roosevelt. Teddy Roosevelt was an amazing guy. If you haven't read Teddy Roosevelt, former president of the United States, you need to read a little bit about him. He has this statement that he made. It's called The Man in the Arena. It is so apropos. In fact, you need to get this. You need to make sure your kids know it. Like, have them memorize it. If you're a homeschool family, it's like you can actually read these things and have your kids memorize them. If your kids are in public school, I'm telling you, get it. Have them memorize it, because this is the exact opposite of this critical, cancel sort of spirit when people aren't perfect. How many of you remember a time when your parents blamed you for something your siblings did? Right? Y'all had that experience? Does that mean that they were horrible parents? No, it means they weren't God. I mean, it's crazy. Listen to this. The man in the arena, listen to this. It's not the critic who counts, friends. That's how he starts. It's not the critic who counts. Not the man who points out how the strong man or the strong woman stumbled. Or where the doer of deeds could have done it better. You could have done it better. I look at people today and say, well, what have you done? I mean, it's crazy, right? It goes on. The credit belongs to the man, to the woman, who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred with dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error or shortcoming. But he who actually strives to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasm, the great devotions, who spends himself or herself in worthy causes, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, who at the worst, if he or she fails, at least fails having dared something great, so that his place, her place, is never to be with those cold and timid souls who knew neither victory nor defeat. That's good. Man, that's for our day. Get a copy of that. Read it. Get familiar with it. Plenty of critics out there. One of my favorite heroes is Hudson Taylor. He was a great, great servant of Jesus. I mean, him and his family suffered to advance the gospel. And they went to China. You got to remember, getting to China wasn't like getting on an airplane here in Minneapolis and flying to Chicago and then flying straight there. It was 9 months of being in a boat, and a lot of people in the boat died before they ever got to where they were going. But listen to what he says. China is not going to be won to Christ by quiet, ease-loving men and women. The stamp of men and women we need is such that they put Jesus, China, and souls as the foremost of everything at every time. Even their own lives must be second. That's what it takes to have a great marriage. That's what it takes to have great parenting. That's what it takes to have great, that's what it takes to do anything great, beloved. It takes sweat. Get sweaty. Go ahead, turn to someone, smile, say, get sweaty for Jesus. Go ahead.